Okay, then go. Just go get.
Shaking hands? Yeah.
Yes, when they're done taking.
Check.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance postgame show, where it is the Weslaco Wildcats winning this one. What was the final score? Was it 49-13? The final score in this one. It was close early on. Let's go to some highlights in this one because we go to the video, and it was Richard Lefevre having to carry much of the load here in the second half of the season with a lot of injuries. In the first quarter, Trey Guajardo with the football for the PSJA Bears, and they score on a 20-yard run, and it was 7-0 Bears. They look good early on that first drive. Still in the first quarter, Lefevre with the ball here looking to pass, and he finds Jaime Banuelos. What a catch. 7-7 is the score there. Second quarter, J.C. Vargas, he did play in this game, 6 yards out. He looks good. East up 14-7. And the first one to congratulate J.C. was Roy Pedraza. Right before the half, PSJA with an opportunity to score, but Alvaro Medrano interception, and the score was 14-7 at the half, and it was Weslaco East leading. Then an explosion in the third quarter. 4th and 6, Lefevre, second touchdown pass here to J.C. Vargas, the catch to make it 21-7 East, and there were more scores for the Wildcats. In fact, like I said, they exploded for 3 more scores in that third quarter, 3 touchdowns in the third quarter, and they win it by a final score. What a tremendous game, Mike.
Yeah.
The defense played outstanding as well, shutting down the PSJA Bears for most of that second half. And then even after that first touchdown that the Bears scored, it was all Weslaco East. After that, they win by a final score of 49-7.
Yeah, I mean, when we talked to Rene Guzman leading up to the game, you know, he didn't want to give away too many secrets, but I mean, you kind of felt like a sense that they were pretty confident coming into this game. We know that Trey Guajardo struggled a little bit when he played against Edinburgh Vela and Edinburgh North. Sure enough, they gave him different looks. They had 3 down linemen, 4 down linemen, and the linebackers, led by the front four, the 4 horsemen is what they call them, and the linebackers, Mike Gonzalez, Freddy Cardenas, an outstanding job, and the secondary led by Dimas Alvarez, just outstanding job covering the receivers, and Guajardo was looking all over the place, and they were able to slow him down just enough, and they only allowed 13 points. Just a terrific job.
Yeah, and only 69 yards in the second half is what PSJ had in that second half of the football game, and it looked like it was going to be a contest. It looked like it was going to be really close, especially the way PSJ was able to. They received the ball first. They won the toss. They received the ball. They go right down the field and they score. And I thought it was going to be maybe a shootout. And even when Lefevre ran with the ball early on in the first half, they were I don't want to say they were shutting him down, but he wasn't getting those long runs like he was against Los Fresnos and like he had against Harlingen and the rest of those games in the second half of the season. But things started to change. He kept running with the football, did Lefevre, and then he started to explode for big yards.
Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. And I mean, you go back to the slow start. Penalties hurt this team early on. They had a couple of roughing the kicker that kept the drive alive for the Bears. But then the defense just stepped up. They really stepped up, and then the Bears got a loss of down in that first half. I thought that was huge. And as you mentioned, Richard Lefevre carrying the team, getting some big-time third downs. So with that sneak, I mean, the Bears probably knew where it was going, either the left side or the right side. He still couldn't stop them. And I mean, we also had a couple of drops early on, but they were able to hang in there and make the adjustments, and just a all-around game. And I mentioned before the kickoff how they missed Chucky the extra points, still came through. The kicker stepped in and made all their extra points. So just all around, from special teams, offense, and defense, just outstanding job.
Yeah, I thought the defense played a big role in there right before the half when it looked like PSJA was going to score. It came off an interception. There was one interception for Richard Lefevre in this game.
Right.
And they were driving down the field.
Right.
It looked like they were going to score. They're on the 5-yard line, and Alvaro Medrano came up with a big interception right there. That just changed the whole momentum. Could have been 14-14 at the half.
I agree, Carlos. Alvaro Medrano with a huge interception right before the half, and once that happened, I think, that's a swing of 14 points or something like that, because it could have been tied, as you mentioned, 14-14. Instead, it was 14-7, and then East got the second half kickoff and just drove it down, and the game was over basically.
Yeah, and so now for Weslaco East, they move on to the second round of the playoffs, just like last year and 2 years ago. Not going back to what is it, the Alamo
Stadium, right?
Alamo. I was going to say Alamo Bowl. Not going back to Alamo Stadium. Not going back to Corpus Christi. Maybe in the third round. Going to Laredo. We're going to be playing at the Student Activity Center in Laredo, 7:30 next Friday. They call it Black Friday for a reason.
Sure.
And so they'll be taking on Laredo Alexander, who beat McAllen Roll last night. There are some other games going on right now, and a close battle. It's a close game between Hannah right now and Edinburgh Villa. We'll have to get you an update on that score as well. And but tonight it is, like I said, Weslaco East coming up with the victory, 49-7. What about J.C. Vargas? We weren't sure if he was going to be able to play, and let's go ahead and bring in Coach.
Come on in, Coach.
Right now to talk, Coach Mike Berg, to talk a little bit about this contest. Coach, congratulations. You want to take a look at some of the stats?
You know who gave that to me? Do you remember? It was you. Do you remember? Hey, it's come in handy. I put it to you that way.
All right, Coach, tell me a little bit. We expected a much closer game in the bi-district around the playoffs, but you guys just played outstanding football tonight and took care of business.
Well, this coaching staff, I got to take a lot of pride. You know, first half, I don't think we played East football, but, I mean, we was ahead 14-7, and we was receiving the ball. But we didn't play East football. The defense looked a step slow. The offense, I mean, we scored 2 out of 3 times we had the ball, but we don't throw interceptions like that. And I had a little talk with Rich at halftime. It was loud, and he got mad at me, so I told him he's going to get mad at me. I'm going to go out and run him in the third quarter, and boy, did he take off. Rich is, man, I don't know. If he's not MVP of our league, I got to know who he is. Nobody has done more for their team than this guy. And I'm so proud of him. Coach's son, he's smart, and man, has he played some great football.
Coach, I got to ask you, what was practice like this week, knowing the fact that you guys were going to get J.C. Vargas back and even Freddy Gonzalez? I mean, I bet you it was so different. Tell us a little bit about that.
Man, you heard the fans. You heard the fans when they went in. Man, it's something special. My heart still goes out for Roy. He can't come back, but he's still. If I ever had a kid that went through Westco East that was East Side, Strong Side, that represented East, it's Roy Pedraza. And I know it hurts him. I know it hurts him on the sideline, but he was a big cheerleader for JC today and Freddie. And, Freddie, he's still a little bit tight. But we got him down there and got him a touchdown. It only took him about 800 tries from the 4-yard line.
Better late than never.
I know. You know what? That's good for the kid. Broke his ankle. And he come back like that. And then I got JC. What can you say about JC? Did it look like he lost a step?
No. Even in the pregame, we're watching him closely, and I mean, he looked really good out there.
We was at practice, and Rich threw a ball, and Rich overthrew him bad. And Rich goes, darn. He went and got the ball, and the whole sideline, everybody on the sideline started to clap. They were excited. It's exciting to have JC and Freddie back in their senior year, and we're going to go up to Laredo. We're going to represent the WISD. I mean, our kids here at WISD. I mean, my 3 kids have went through Weslaco, and I'm very proud of what the Westco stands for. And I want you people to know that your kids are not only getting a good education, but there's some good coaches at both schools.
Coach, what were you thinking when PSJA took the ball on that first drive and they scored a touchdown?
Well, I was thinking how dumb we are. We had 2 15-yard penalties. We had a 10-yard holding. We had that on offense. That's our first holding call on offense all year. But we had 2 15-yard penalties, and that's not our defense. And I got after the kids a little bit. I mean, they're smarter than that. And I don't think the first one was a late hit, but I can't argue with the officials. I don't like arguing with the officials.
And you also had you had Banda again and Garza as well on defensive side of the ball, swarming to the quarterback. Put a lot of pressure on Trey Wahardo tonight, an outstanding athlete, but they only had 69 yards in the second half.
I don't know how many yards he had passing, but I'm pretty sure it's below his average.
Yeah.
Our defense did a good job adjusting. We gave up 1 pass 3 times in a row first half. That's unacceptable at Westco East, and I went in there and I told the coaches and the players they got to get that fixed. And little Mikey deflected that pass the second half, so we got to be a little bit smarter. If they're hitting a pass against us, we got to do something. And they made some great adjustments. They always do. I mean, Coach Guzman. What can I say about him? 12 years as defense coordinator, 11 years playoff run. We've been 3 deep quite a bit, and it's because Coach Guzman runs a great defense. And those coaches that he has under him does a great job, and I got a lot of respect for Coach Guzman. I mean, I might not be the easiest guy to work for. I get on his butt a little bit, but that guy is a true coach, and I'm telling you, he is ready to be a head coach.
Hey, Coach, how great does it feel? I mean, I know it's unfortunate with the injuries that the squad has suffered. Then you got a guy like Derek Ibarra that's now looks like he's seasoned now. And then you have Randy Cardozo that now contribute. Now with JC back, that makes your backfield a little bit more deeper, doesn't it? How good does that feel?
Well, I don't know if you guys seen. We got a guy named Russell that came in there and ran
Yes.
for it. He's really tough, and he's a sophomore. And then we got JC's little brother we call the Tank,
Yeah.
Felix Vargas, and we got Carrasco. You guys are forgetting about Carrasco. He broke a couple runs there. That guy's a heck of a fullback, and they're all sophomores, so we're sort of excited. And the O-line got better this year, and, I mean, just face it. Without Roy and JC, and I'm going to say this again, if he's not MVP of our district, somebody probably have to go bury me, because I'm telling you right now, what a job Rich has done with these young kids.
Absolutely.
Coach, right now we got a score from, and Hannah is leading Robert Villa 32-31. What does it say about 32-6?
That's my boy, Mark. Well, we all texted each other yesterday, and when the game was over, we texted Coach Gomez and Coach Brown. Great job, and they said, guys, make it a sweep. And right before I got onto the field, Mark Guess texted me, and he goes, let's get it done. Yeah. And I said, hey, man, let's go. Everybody knows what kind of district we have. I mean, I know Vela blew people away, but, I mean, they're good teams, though. Don't get me wrong. But our district, I think, is tough. I'm just going to leave it like that. They're tough.
Yes, it is. There's still 5 minutes left in the game, but Hannah's up 32-31. We'll go ahead and let you go right now, Coach. We'll see you in Laredo next week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to going to Laredo. I wish I could win a flip before we could play at home. I've taken a lot of heat for that, and I should. I mean, I just got that coin just don't it hasn't come my way. But I want to thank K-West. I want to thank you guys for coming out here, and I'll see you guys in Laredo, and be safe.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations.
Great job.
All right, let's bring it. Come on, let's bring in JC and Richard. Why don't you both come out here on the post-game show? We've got
One over
get
here.
you guys right over here. All right, well, Rich, how did it feel, first of all, to have number one back there again, and you even threw a pass to him?
You know what they say, number one on the field, number one on my heart, right?
Yes,
Nah, it feels good to have him back, you know, because it just opens up the offense again a lot more. They're going to be keen on him. We can use him as a decoy again. Even though he gets used as a decoy, he still makes plays, right? But it's good to have him back. The team loves him back. I mean, it's just excited to see what he could do again.
JC, what was practice like for you this week? I mean, it was probably the first time that you put, the jersey back on, and I'm sure there was quite a bit of adrenaline. Tell us about that.
It was tiring. They had me running up and down. And I was out of breath by like the second route, and I remember Coach Berg saying I know we're conditioned, but JC isn't, so we're gonna run hundreds, and you guys can run them with him. So there I was, and I don't know. I just worked hard, and then to prepare myself for the game, and I was a little tired, but I'll be in better shape next week.
It sounds like you guys just having fun, really, at this point of the season. I know it's a grind with Coach Berg. It's not always fun. But is it part of the confidence that y'all have now after what you've had to go through this season, out with some players, but now 5-game winning streak? The confidence level has to be sky high.
I want to say yes, sir. It's not sky high, but the confidence level has grew in each and every one of the player, and it grew in each other. We have a lot more chemistry now. At this point, it's senior year for us guys, and it's just we got to go out with a bang. You got to have fun at the same time. You got to know when to work and when to have fun, and we basically know how to do that.
What about your all's defense? Sorry, Mike, didn't mean to jump in, but you threw that pick. But they kind of saved you there. Alvaro with a little interception. How do y'all feel about this defense? Because they've been playing lights out too.
Oh man, the defense. Every game plays lights out, no matter what. They play a heck of a game all the time. Alvaro came up with that interception. They came back and saved me. I got butt ripping. They're everywhere, right? Yeah. They're out for grabs. But it's all part of the game. And our defense. It's just the whole season they carried us, and we're just trying to return the favor late in the season. I wish it could have been, balanced, the whole season, but things happen, and that's not always what's planned, It's just you got to go with the flow sometimes.
Absolutely.
JC, I had you for about 20 plays tonight, más o menos. Did you expect to play that much, or did you feel like you were going to play a little less, or were you surprised they used you the way they did?
No, actually, Coach Berg told me he was only going to play me 3 plays, and I was like, what? Might as well not suit up, and he was like, nah, we'll see how you feel. So I thought I was gonna get about 10 plays, but he just kept like throwing me in. I was like, all right, let's do it, let's go. Like,
And how did you feel throughout the game? Were you pretty tired, or did you feel, or was it adrenaline?
no, I felt good. My adrenaline was high. It's always high, and like I don't know, I just felt good, and I just did my job.
Explain a little bit what your injury was. Hematoma, torn muscle. I mean, it really wasn't clear.
Well, it happened like the second play against San Benito, and like I felt it, like kind of like, and I was like, oh, that hurt, and like I was limping, and then like later on in the game, around the second quarter, like they spun me, and that's when I just felt it shoot all through my leg, and like I guess all the adrenaline, like I just thought it was a knot, so I was like, well, I say after the game, whatever, and I kept playing, finished off the game. And then that whole night, I couldn't sleep. I didn't go to sleep till about 3. And Doc was like, oh, go to Sanders first thing in the morning. And we went. We got there like about 9. And he told me like, oh, we're going to have to like emergency cut you because like you could lose your leg. Like circulation's not getting to your leg. And I was like, oh, let's do it. You know, like I don't want to lose my leg. So so then by like 10, I was there at the room. They stuck needles in me. And
yeah. Went into surgery.
Went into surgery. And like he said that when he opened me up, that he saw a dead muscle, like he tested out, it didn't react, and he had to open up my leg all the way, so, and that the muscle just fell out.
So did you feel okay tonight?
Yeah, it felt good, Yeah, it felt good.
And JC, like, I mean, were you surprised though that the injury was as severe as it was?
Sanders actually told me he's only seen it once before, and that he thought like I wasn't gonna play for the rest of the season, you know, and I just stuck it in my head like, oh, like I'm gonna work hard. Like I feel like I'm not done yet, and I'm gonna work hard on rehab and stuff. And the PT was like, hey man, you're getting better. Like you might be ready to go. And then I just kept it going.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys. I know there's no school next week. Just a little bit of practice.
Just practice.
A little bit of practice.
But it's fun. It's a good thing.
And then you have the game on Friday. So I know you guys are having a great year, a great senior year, a great season, and hopefully it'll continue.
Welcome
next
back,
week against
JC.
Alexander.
Welcome back, and to Freddie too. It was great seeing Freddie back. I know the fans in the stands were hollering, "Freddie, Freddie, Freddie." Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. It was
All
great.
right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll let you go because they're about to turn off the lights here on us. Yeah, we're not at home right now. Thanks a lot, guys.
We got to go by their rules now, huh?
All right.
Yeah,
thank
likewise.
you very much.
Likewise.
Later, JC. Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. Once again, Weslaco East coming up with a big victory here tonight. Mike, were you at all surprised at how they handled the game tonight?
I kind of was, Carlos. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I expected this to be more competitive. And I know the Bears struggled in their last 2 games, and the Wildcats were the opposite actually coming into this game. But yet, once you get into the playoffs, it's 0-0 again. But here's the thing, Carlos. The Bears, Trey Guajardo, this was his first playoff start, being a junior. Richard Lefevre, this is his 6th start as a quarterback, being a 3-year starter. And then you have all the other Wildcats that have been here and done that, home or away or even in San Antonio, been there, done that. The coaching staff that Weslaco East has, the WISD has, is blessed. They were ready. I mean, you can tell from, once the middle of the first quarter got going.
I also think, Coach Berg is right. Richard Lefevre has to be the MVP of District 32-6A. Not only running with the football tonight, I don't know if it was over 100 yards. If not, it was close. And then also right on the money, also throwing that football tonight, to Jaime Banuelos, to Hector Sainz also, and they look spectacular. Throwing the football, he has a nice little touch on the ball and running with the football. And, of course, we'll find out more next week when they play against Laredo Alexander.
Exactly, Carlos. And, I mean, he's playing with a lot of confidence, probably the most confidence I've ever seen him in the 3 years that he's been at Weslaco East. And, I mean, that's right there is MVP caliber. And it's like I said in the pregame show, he at least deserves to be, his name should be in there for sure. So
it's going to be tough because you have Eric Reda also in there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get another update here for you on the Hannah Robert Vela score. It's 32-31. The last update I got was 5 minutes left in the game. If Hannah can beat Robert Vela and pull off that huge upset, it'll be a clean sweep for 32-6.
Second year in a row, Carlos.
Second year in a row. But tonight it is a final 49-13, the final score, Weslaco East over the PSJA Bears. They travel next week to Laredo Alexander, and yes, we will have it once again live on K-West, so check us out. We'll have the pregame show and the postgame show. All right, we're going to wrap it up here for PSJA. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Rivera. Thanks for joining us here on the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance postgame show. Good night, everybody.